We're going to be okay this time. Uh, we didn't have to really put in a new stream key. We just had to reauthorize everything. So, everything should be good. Looks like we're streaming out. Looks like we may be live on Facebook for the first time in a long time. Twitch is still being squirrely. Come on, Twitch. Looks like we're good. Nice. Alright, perfect. Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to today's stream. My name, of course, is El Sambo. We're going to be getting some experience today. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back from me. I realize I've been gone for a little while. It's a lot of real life stuff all kind of caught up together. And I was not able to get away. 100 experience points, huh? Okay. I'll take that. That's a reasonable amount of experience, I guess. I'll just eat the 100 and keep this. What's this? Titan's Grip? Oh, that just gives you the 6 Sonic bonus. I feel like that's something that I should sell. Alright, I feel like that's something that... We have 200s. Oh man, it's been a while. I've taken quite the DDO break, actually. Right, we last Thursday my son was available to do like some board game stuff and hanging out. And what can I say? I'm a sucker for being able to spend time with my son. So, took that opportunity to do that. I mean, we streamed it with everyone, but that still means we didn't play any DDO that day, or that evening. So, yeah, it's been a little bit, right, since we've DDO'd. Is that it? Was it really just the one thing? I swear there was like a couple of things. All right. So let's take a second. Let's get a little bit re-familiarized with what we're doing. All right. So Samius is currently knocking out Blade Forge Lives. This is our second Blade Forge Live. Our first Blade Forge Live was a similar build, except it was a 2-weapon fighting. That's not what I thought that was. 2-weapon fighting melee. So it was like melee first, and then getting stuff done, like spellcasting second. Where this is more of a single weapon fighter, trying to find those crits so I can guarantee a big boom spell. Right? Because we have the single weapon fighting and offhand weapon versatility. Which means on a natural 20 that's confirmed as a critical hit, then our next spell becomes a critical. Which is still okay. Still funny. Alright, so let's check out who is on. Doesn't look like there's anything currently in our window. Yeah, looks like we're currently the biggest boys. Alright, show me who's roughly in my window range. If there's a bunch of people, or are we just soloing everything? Kind of quiet, but there are some people logging in. So let's get a plan and get a group up. Maybe we can lead the task here. So I believe we're ready for chain 3. I'm not necessarily ready for chain 3 myself. I guess it doesn't really matter, chain 3. But I kind of thinking... we're in the window range that we want to be doing like baby epics, right? Baby epics. Let's go start the Tide Turns chain. Boink. Let's see. So they're 20, so they can go like 25. Reaper. R question mark. We'll probably do R2, R4. Depends on how many people we get coming in. Alright, I'm going to hit the pause on that replay over there. Watch it on the Twitch side. Chain. One of 4. I guess we'll put the Twitch in here. Get that going. Alright.
It's a very intense moment. The chance to try something nobody's ever tried before.
Beef, thank you very much, my friend, for the 48 months. I appreciate it. I looked at my score earlier this morning and I was like, shit. But thank you very much, my friend. Look at that. Look at that. Number 2. I was thinking about it earlier over this weekend quite a bit. Some people asked me while we were out camping, how's the streaming going? And I was like, this, that, the other thing. They're like, what's going on? And I'm like, well, I kind of feel like I'm everybody's second favorite streamer. So, like, it feels like people, they get excited to go watch somebody else, and then they come and they find my stream when they have, like, 10 minutes left before they crash out. Then they're like, yeah, and then they crash out. I don't know if that's true. But when I see somebody like you, Beef, who's subscribed for so long, I know I'm at least somebody's favorite streamer. 48 months. Damn, that's a long time. Thank you for all that support, my friend. Appreciate it. Oh, boy. Is anybody a big baseball fan in the chat? Oh my god. We're doing some baseball signings at my shop this weekend for at least one Royals Hall of Famer. I think we had 2 I know guaranteed Royals Hall of Famers, but one of them canceled this week and got replaced, and I don't know if the new gentleman is a Royals Hall of Famer, or if he's just a Royals player. Alright, let's just start at something really chill, like a 2 for right now. Okay, I don't know what that is. The other thing I need to do, if I can, I need to Necro Tobrell out and see if he wants to take a look at the at something. See if he'd like to be a guinea pig, as it were. Just take this, I guess. Okay. I like having some sort of babysitter in the event that I overestimated my powers. Okay, got him. Alright. Throwing weapon. I feel like I have something. Don't make me use it. Oh my god. This is so embarrassing. Nobody look. Alright, everyone can look, it's fine. I don't even have ammo in my quiver of alacrity. Okay. Well, kids, that's what happens when you don't go into something prepared, I guess. Also, I'm like super itchy everywhere. Were we struggling with our DCs, not because we were having DC problems, but just because the content that we were in was so far above us? Now that we're someplace closer to where we're supposed to be. Yeah, that guy's super toasted. Maybe our DCs are fine. Uh, it's working. I restarted it. I was able to get it to restart. Out and into something else, and logged that back out again, and I was able to get it. I don't know. Like, I didn't really do that much. Hey, welcome. I'm in Bargain of Blood at the moment. So, it worked. I appreciate it. I don't think there's all that much wrong. When she first told me what was going on, she was like... yeah, thankfully it was not a big deal. She just was like, yeah, it powered down in the middle of doing something, like, and it, when I log in, it just takes me to a blinking cursor. And I was like, what? Well, what she meant was she logs in and all she can see is her cursor, and it blinks at her. I'm like, oh my god, those are two very different things. But I could understand how she got there. Oh, come on. Really? Alright, fine. Let's see. One of these buttons is awaken, huh? This one? No, it's Icy Prison. Does that work on these guys? Icy Prison? No. Okay. My tiny form? My tiny form's fine. There we go. That's what we were waiting for. That was not a very big crit. Is that not a big fancy polar ray? I guess maybe it's not. Anyway. What's on your agenda today, Beef? Anything exciting? Just hiding at work? I tell you, the other thing that I like much more about this build versus the other build is just being able to do stuff at range is really nice. Like, not being so focused on, like, oh, I need to be in this stance that doesn't let me cast anyway, and then take this thing and that thing and the other. Like, it's just... Hey, welcome. We are in Bargain of Blood. There's a share. Alright, let's get back on track here. I got all distracted for a second. Alright. That's kind of why I opened by saying it could be anything the other day. Had a ticket come across your desk with, like, photographs of things wrong. Yeah, well, that's just it. I was like, well, I guess give me the thing and I'll take a look at it. And I'm like, I will message my person who knows a thing or two about a thing or two. And I don't think any of it was even necessary. I think I just could have powered it up, restarted it a handful of times, basically is all I ended up doing. Just once I tried starting it in safe mode, I think. Or no, I couldn't even get it. I mean, I didn't even do that, I don't think. I just basically I restarted it a handful of times as I was trying to get it, like, set up to do stuff and let it run its updates that it already had downloaded. I don't know, but powered it down, powered it off, did all that stuff, and it did it 2 or 3 times. Just was messed up. Unless you're in the computer world, you're terrible at describing problems. Well, and part of the problem is that different people understand different terminology much different, right? So, like, when I heard cursor, I immediately thought, you know, like a C prompt or you know, like a text cursor. I didn't even think about a mouse cursor. So, like, you have to have a common vocabulary before you even worry about it. He who curses, I've cursed. I've cursed before. For sure, I will definitely curse again. What's going on? General Diomedes? Is that how you say that? Welcome to the stream. Doesn't say first time visitor, so just don't recognize the name at the moment, I guess. A cursor. Oh yeah, it was weird. I don't know, when my mother-in-law told me the problem, I was like, what? I just don't get it. Okay. There we go. Now we're in a good spot. Now we can just sit here, do our crit fishing. No, why did someone pull the aggro away? So we intimidate this guy, I guess. Find our crit. Keep our various spell powers going. Hope we don't have to use that crit to... There it is. Boom? Not very boom. Not as boomed as I'd hoped it was gonna boom. Alright, so let's see. What do we want to do? We want to prep for the cold breath? Is that gonna be our bread and butter, I guess? Come on, I want this lost soul. Got a small stipend from work. Oh, for the extra cost of health insurance and stuff. That's cool. It's always nice when a little bit of unexpected money makes its way into your life, right? Oh, I missed that one. Oh, what a waste. Alright, I'll come track you down there. Oh, did you leave? Yeah, you must have left. Okay. The High West Midwinter Nights Dram is out this week in your state. Take it that's whiskey that you are excited to boot. Yeah, I wish I knew more about that kind of stuff. I'm just not a connoisseur of those kind of things. That guy just dropped. Seems odd. We'll do whatever the what is it called? The underground boat one. I forget what that one is. Hey, Oaf. We just we're about ready to start the second one.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, basically, it's just to try to get through a couple of Blade Forge lives. So it's Pally, Sork, single weapon fighting. Yep. Yeah, Blacklock, thank you. Most stores don't have any, but some will get 4 to 16 bottles. Aha. Oh man, we were at the lake this weekend. The water was so green, but people were catching so much fish. Oh man, beef should be here. Also, what, these candy things are gone this year, right? These are the last year to use these things for now. Is that what that's what I heard? If I'm understanding DDO cast correctly. Clearwater is generally bad for fishermen. I just mean they had an algae bloom that was nasty. And I was really mad because we were there with some other people and I was like, we just have our bus, right? And they had their truck. And we wanted to try to go around to another side of the lake and see if the algae bloom was as bad on that side of the lake as it was on our side of the lake. But, and I wanted to just go swimming right then if that was the case. But people were like, oh, just go explore, find out, and if it's nice, you guys can go back later. I'm like, okay, fine. So we go over there, we do the exploring, we find out, in fact, the water looks really nice over there. I was like, alright, well, let's go back and see if we can get the people together and see if we can go swimming, right? Well, they all jibber-jawed until apparently the lake decided to smell bad again. Or, get nasty. Oh my god. So, like, didn't get to take anyone into the swimming. I didn't fish. I did get to talk to some people, though. That was nice. I was just mad. Wanted to be able to take my dog swimming. Yeah, basically having the ability to be like, okay, now's a crit, control over certain spells. Like, I can keep one of these 2 big booms available in the event that I fire off an auto crit, pretty much. See, like right now we have a crit going, so I can just cast this. That's fine. Oh my gosh. So bad. Again, it's certainly not my favorite. The thing that I've enjoyed the most of the last couple of lives is definitely the Shatterkai chain build, or the Shatterkai assassin build. That was definitely the best, in my opinion. But this is fun. This is like a nice kind of change, right? I was really hoping to find a Warforged caster type build that would feel really good for some stuff. AKA when I'm done with Java screwing around doing Bard things, and I don't want him to go back to being a Forge type person. Where he's got some raids down under his belt and he's ready to move back on to something else. But I don't think this is it. You want to try... Oh, I forgot the Mimic Hunt was real, huh? I forgot about the Mimic Hunt. Sorry. Today's my first day back for a couple of days. It's nice, though. It's nice to have the Mimic Hunt back. Welcome back. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Went out to the lake. Like I said, it was nice. It was still really nice, but... it was not what I kind of hoped it was. My nephew was going to come and spend the night, but then his dad got stuck at work, so he didn't get to come. So then, like, I had plans for a big bonfire the first night, and that didn't come together because there was no one to really have a big bonfire with. So then, we ended up having a couple of smaller fires, and then when my friends wanted to get together, I was ready, because we had cloudy skies until the last night or whatever. And then they wanted to have a campfire, but they wanted to have their campfire under the trees in their campground, because their campground is tent camping. So they had their stuff all set up under trees. So I'm like, why would I want to go sit under full cloud cover if I want to go check out the awesome sky that we finally have? So instead we went and just sat at our campground, the wife and I, and just sat there and stared up at the sky for a while. It was nice. You like that your mom's house clip yesterday? Oh my god, that video yesterday was insane. Every once in a while there's like a line. There's like a line from each one that I was just like, oh my god, that's insane. It's the best line. I don't even really remember what they were. I typed them, I guess, but... How was the movie? I thought the movie was good. It looked really good. There's some surprise. I avoided everything. So if you saw spoilers or trailers or whatever, you may or may not know more than I knew when I went into it. I did my absolute best to avoid it. So I don't want to give too many things out already. But there was a lot of things that I was really surprised, pleasantly surprised. And like I said, I thought it was fun. We had just had a really rough week, the family. So, for those of you who don't know, some shenanigans happened, and Remington's out of a couple of nursing classes now this semester, due to some things inside his control that he didn't really realize would be a problem, and stuff. So basically, one of the things that he was told, but he didn't realize how important it was, I guess, was getting 8 hours of sleep before your clinicals. So one day he got called into work, and he said, "Hey, I have to be off by such and such time to make sure I get 8 hours of sleep." And they said, "Sure, no problem." And then his relief didn't come in until it was too late. Hang on. My boss just tried to friend me on Facebook. Like, why did it like beep beep at me like that? Is he trying to get a hold of me? Is there something going on? Okay. Okay, thank you. I thought it was weird. Okay. Sorry. There's a lot of times, for some reason, that the arena phone just, like, poops out. And, when that happens, all sorts of things could happen. And suddenly I become, like, a hub for all sorts of weird data. Have you ever been the point person for a business? Like... It's happened 3 or 4 times in the last couple of years, but I have no idea why. But it just seems like whatever phone provider that... Oh, look at there! We made a pirate dummy. That's nice. Okay. Back to the Remy story. Yeah. Back to the Remy story. So, he ended up going into work and only got, like, a few hours of sleep before his clinical. And he was talking to his advisor one day, and his advisor talked to him about his schedule, and because they were working on his organizational skills, because he knows that that's a weakness that he has, and he would like to strengthen that. I think that's a mature decision when someone says they can help you with those kind of things. And then apparently that person went and ran to the dean and turned him in for not sleeping 8 hours before his clinicals. So he ended up failing that. They, like, just failed him for the clinical. So, like... It's just, it was a rough week there. Some other family things have happened. I don't know how much of this I should really air, but my father-in-law had an incident, and he is no longer at his former employer. So, like, that's also a little bit of a hit this week. So, my apologies for freaking out a little bit, seeing my boss try to get a hold of me. Yes. He was told that he had to get 8 hours of rest before starting each clinical. And because they had proof that he did not do that, he boo-booed it. Yeah, apparently he was not the only one to have a similar issue like this, I guess. I don't know. I'm a little annoyed, but the wife's like, should I just go down there and, like, see what, like, get in there? I'm like, what what are you going to do about it? Are you going to go down there and do it for everything? He's going to either decide he's got to get down there and do something about it, or deal with the consequences as given. Like, he can't fight all his battles as much as you want to. So we're trying our best to give him space to do these things. I agree it's dumb. But apparently it was not only just in the syllabus, it was in something else, basically. I don't know. But the point is that he knew it was a thing, and because his willingness to... He really likes his job, and he's trying to also get his job to pay for his school. So, like, I think there's a little bit of, like, oh, well, work needs me, and I'm trying to get them to spend money on me, so I better do it. And I don't think anybody, including Remington, realized that the consequences like that were going to be so strong. Well, it was the dean that came to him. Like, the teachers, tried to say that wasn't a problem, that his arrest did not affect him or whatever. Like, they tried to keep him in the program, his teachers. So my understanding is it's that the teachers didn't have a big deal about it, but they mentioned it as part of the syllabus. They said, hey, you got to get 8 hours of sleep, blah, blah, blah. But his advisor is the one who was upset about it. And took it to the dean. Is how I understand it. There's another shenanigans involved as well, where a 20-point quiz was actually a much bigger assignment than that. It was weighted weird, but listed as a 20-point quiz. Maybe. I think the idea is that he's kind of got all the tricks worked out. Try again next year. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Everybody's still, like, dealing with the newness of the problem also. So there's... This is a close touch spell, right? I'm not crazy. That's a big boom. Here's a one. I don't know. I know that he's still taking some classes. So it's just certain things that got messed up, but it screwed up his plan. But I don't think without the clinicals he can go on to the next semester. They don't have, like, these first clinical semesters or whatever again. I agree. Well, I know that Remington is not going to be having that person as an advisor anymore. And is pretty upset. And I would be too. Said Tanya and Remington have had discussions about them both going over there and seeing if they could resolve something together if they wanted to, but neither one of them has really decided they want to do that. I don't know, I just try to support them in whatever decisions they want to do. But, again, like I said, there's... Of course it'd be a soulless. Oh, that works too. Yeah, well, and that's certainly part of it. I think when Remington's calmed down, about it, he'll go have another conversation with them. But, because he's still upset about it. Mostly because he was doing so well. Right? He was working more than full time. Third is third, right? Do we have anybody that can ranged on well? I think I can probably get him going. Well, and again, it was one time. I have no idea. I have no idea what kind of stuff. Again, the school has a policy where they don't care about anything except for you doing the policy, right? Doing their program. Like that is their problem. That's all good. We're fine. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure all the things. Yeah, and the thing is like most of his class is not like he's definitely the youngest in his class by a lot. Like this is mostly like people who finally got their shit together, deciding to go into nursing or whatever, you know, whatever you want to take. Yeah. Well, that's so. At the same time, we've had all this crazy bad news, right? We've also got some potentially good news. There's an individual who's interested in the Niles house. Well, actually, in the Niles property to knock the house down and make build a new house, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I kind of dislike the idea of getting rid of it because right this minute, just from a generic, I'm paranoid about giving up my property right this second. Especially the country land that I actually like. Like, I like my city house too, don't get me wrong, my normal property, but I really like that country property, even if we didn't pay very much and it's not worth very much. You know what I mean? Like, I liked it there. But if we can sell that and get that taken care of and free that money back up, though, then it would be good. It would be a really big deal. All right. People are somewhere over here. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Yeah, well, that's just it. If we could get it sold, that would be really nice. Again, part of our plan was to sell this house to Remington, who wanted to stay here because he wanted to do his nursing school, stay at this nursing home, build his future here with this company. Now I'm a little less attached to here and more like, let's maybe move. So I don't know. I'm kind of on the idea of get that sold, use that money to fix this house up, and sell this house for top dollar next year, and then getting out. So that should, if we can pull that off, that would be really huge. But also, since everybody and their uncle's money that they've ever made on Twitch is now public, you guys can theoretically go look and see how little I have. So now's the time that I should be harassing, I don't know, reminding everybody to support the stream. I guess I'm not gonna be able to get this from this side. Just come through from the, let's do it all the other way. Let's just say I'm not making 100K a month on Twitch. I thought you were already subscribed. You're a subscriber. Well, he might be paying for it, but you're hitting the button for it. I ain't seen him come to this stream and hitting the button. Oh man. Okay, so there's a fight in here, guys. I don't know if you have ever seen a fight before, but certainly on that list. Alright, another insta-kill proof guy. That's good. Okay. Oh, so I haven't been doing a very good job this week, but I checked all my emails today. Again, I wasn't feeling very well yesterday. I just couldn't quite get right yesterday. But my head was just slightly wrong. I don't know. Anyway, I think it was definitely partly the chiropractor visit was off, a little bit different. But what was I saying? I'm thinking. I want to go this way, right? Gross. I let myself get distracted. Now I don't remember what I was talking about. Something about this weekend, right? Did I have a good weekend? It was pretty good, other than I just never was able to like fully relax, I guess. Like I said, I just since that migraine attack 2 weeks ago, I haven't been able to fully relax the muscles in my back yet and my neck. So like it was pretty tough. But I'm starting to feel better. A little bit more each day. Morning, Newtons. Always remember this guy. This guy, always the most important. Yeah, I can finally like move my head side to side without listening to it Like a box of Rice Krispie treats or a bunch of rocks rolling together or whatever. You've been doing some faint singer testing on Llama. It feels strong. Yeah, I haven't. I updated Lamania earlier today, but obviously I haven't done anything yet. Whatever. I'm just gonna go this way. Screw it. I don't know what we're missing, but I'll find it going this way for sure. Flameboard is going to be nasty, huh? We're going to have to hit some buttons here. Now, I've had more than one occasion my knee would just suddenly decide not to be a knee. Yeah. So, I don't know. It was good. It was still lots of fun. I'm a little bit upset personally because I was really looking forward to taking my dog swimming. It's like become one of my favorite things in the whole world. She's so adorable when she does it. I charged the GoPro. I was like all excited. I was going to record Margot swimming for you guys. And the water was gross. It was not just gross, it was like deadly. Don't touch it gross. Like, it was nasty algae blooms. And I was just like, I'm not dealing with it. Also, I think I need to double check, but I don't think my Wii Boost ever actually turned on. I need to check it. Like, our internet connection was not great. I figured for where we were, we should have pretty good internet connection. But we didn't. We went to what was that lake called? It's not super far away. It's up by Junction City. Shite, why can't I think of the name of it? Milford Lake. Yeah, Milford Lake there in Kansas. But it was pretty cool. I got there, and there was a bunch of kids in the campground next to where we were parked for the night. Or, for the week, really. And I was like, listen... I was able to overhear some of their conversation. Right? Mostly in regards to... like what they were doing at that particular moment. And I definitely recognized that they were playing Magic. And then I looked around and I noticed that they were like, one guy was wearing like a Magic Planeswalker shirt and a couple of stuff. So we had like some stuff to talk about. So I took the dog over there and introduced them, and like they were really super happy to do that and see Margot and yada yada yada. Like it was nice. It was good to have some young people there. Oh, made a mimic. Should check out Harbor Springs area sometimes. Really nice. Yeah, I'd like to travel around quite a bit as soon as I can afford to. That's the plan. I go back to my Exhibit A. Everyone can go and figure out what everyone's making on Twitch now if you really, really want to. So, needless to say, I'm not making hundreds of thousands of dollars to play this video game. But I feel like we're having a good time, so we can currently carry on. Alright, last one last, I think. As long as you're enjoying yourself, you're doing it right. I mean, it's certainly a factor for sure, right? I think that's part of the problem I've had recently is I've had a little bit of burnout lately that I wasn't handling particularly well. And now I'm hopefully enough recharged that I am ready to rock. Do my crazy thing in a second. Might enjoy it better if making thousands of dollars. Oh, that's. I feel like I would definitely. I would come to work with a smile on my face every day. Like I said, I would be happy to make, you know, a few $100s a month. I don't need to make thousands of dollars a month. I just need to, and not even need, I would just like to be able to do this and cover the bills for the household for a few years. That's all. Alas, DDO is probably not that game. Alright. Honestly, probably streaming video games is not going to be what I need. I need to work on and expanding the YouTube presence, specifically with the bus stuff. To that end, I have a couple of things I think we're going to work on. I think I decided they're going to be first and foremost coming up soon. First of all, I'm going to get some business cards or something to basically give people when they get to meet Margot in particular, or just if I need to, that'll have like the social medias, the YouTube, the Twitch page, etc. on it. I'm going to use my dog being ridiculously adorable to bring people in. Yeah, bus conversion stuff's relatively good. Just keep in mind that you need to think about not necessarily the laws that you're building your bus out, but also the laws where you're planning on driving through. That being said, most of the time it's not going to be that big of a deal. I would just again, I'd recommend not getting a huge bus. I think the bigger your bus, the more likely you're gonna like draw an eye or somebody, and that person is going to. If you draw that wrong person's eye, or they'll Karen at you. Seems like a good plan. Yeah. So let's see. A couple of things. One, like I said, we're gonna be focusing some more on the YouTube stuff, right? Plus, we got the business cards to give out. So we got that. Also, you guys may or may not have heard about some ridiculous drone sale over this weekend. I was able to get in on that deal like in the first 5 minutes, basically. I don't know if they sold out. I don't know if like it went crazy everywhere. But for like $60, I got the drone I was considering buying anyway. I just hadn't pulled the trigger on it because we've been spending money on other stuff. So we're going to be able to start doing some more drone stuff very, very soon. Very excited. So at the very least, we're going to be able to start doing the drone flying around the park stuff a little bit. Just something that I've really been looking forward to. So, at some point I'll have to take Witty up on his offer to give me the drone test. Wow. Yeah. I'm a, for those of you who don't know, I'm a pilot. It's one of my many skills, even if I am rusty. But I'll have my drone license before too long. I'll just get it. I've been avoiding it because I feel like I have a worthless pile of skills and degrees as it is. Like, I haven't sat behind the wheel of a plane in like 5 years. Your father's really getting into drones. He converted one of the rooms of the house to a drone workshop. He has 15. See, I'd like to get into that. I just don't think I can with my migraines, but maybe I can now. But that in particular would be something that I would really like to do. Yes. But for now, I just want to be able to take some nice aerial shots and have a simple device that we can use to do things. I'd probably just have like a radar jamming or whatever. But boom booms. See if we can get everything aligned. No. But we did spawn this Reaper at least. That's good. Get it out of the way. I should have cast a heal, I think, while the big spell, while the crit was running. Oh man, my head is killing me all of a sudden. I was doing really good earlier today, and now... Alright, let's not talk about it. Let's get on the quest. Let's figure out what else is going on. So, something that I kind of have been kicking around for a while, and by a while I mean quite a while, is I want to get back to doing some sort of semi-regular show that's not just making content. Something that's more than questing. All that, yeah, more than questing. I kind of want to do something more like a short interview type show, and then something like in the half an hour, 45 minutes range, and then carry on with the stream after. So I might consider doing something like that. We might try like Tobrel and Beef and some friends before we try pulling out our connections to get some bigger people involved. Well, did. Oh yeah, that's nice. Let's see. Let's check this out. Let that load for a second. I got to see the Ghostbusters trailer again. In its entirety. I didn't watch it earlier, but pretty excited. All right, let's watch this. And then people see whatever I got suggested for YouTube next, and all of a sudden I'm banned. What? Yep, I saw it. YouTube recommended a video with Anna in it. And there's also a Crowder video. What the heck? Stupid YouTube algorithms. But that looks cool. Yeah, I'm excited. I've been looking for a new drone for a while. Of the two things that I've been looking to purchase for me / the stream, new drone has been number one. And number two is, of course, I think what we want to do is set up a video capture card so we can use our full power on this and then just have our older computer set up as our streaming machine. I think this month we're gonna start making arrangements. Remington's gonna come back in, move back in sometime. See if he still wants to buy the house when we're ready. Give him a few months to save up a big down payment if he's interested. If he's not, it'll give me some time to do some repairs. Gotta do some painting. That's gonna be happening this month too, by the way. I'm gonna be daytime streams might take a little bit of a back seat for a while, but we'll see. Also, we may do a stream a little bit on Saturday, this Saturday, mostly for missing yesterday. I feel like I feel not so much that I let everybody down, but kinda. I don't have a better way to describe it, basically, is that I had planned to not be gone yesterday, and I was gone. Oh, the Skyborn is really putting it to me, huh? Your dad is trying to make a drone that flies on script on his Apple Watch so he can get it to deliver beers while he floats in the lake. Should be able to do that. Be able to pull that off, I would think. Assuming you had some sort of way to get the can to where it can get there. Well, I think you need some sort of can dispenser. Some sort of mechanism. Don't move out of the spell's range. Not yet. A little bit more pokey. We are in the infight right now. If you can be fast, you'll make it. But you may not make it. Yeah, he just poofed away. See how long it takes for him to get back? The Tide Turds. So yeah, beer is like what, 24 ounces or 16 ounces? Same size as a can, right? It's a regular can. So it's probably easier to find a way to attach the cans and have it just like hang below. We're gonna do like a 6. It's interesting. There's lots of ways you could go, probably, actually, huh? Did he make it? Looks like he made it. Nice. Tika. Oh, I guess a mimic hunts up, huh? People are scared of mimics. Yeah. I don't know, it's just it's an interesting idea. Alright, what do we want to do next, chat? Do you guys have any requests? Spies? Yeah, we could probably spies. Whoa, spies in the house. Bam. Alright, spies then. I'm also getting, I guess, a bunch of emails about people wanting to know about Yu-Gi-Oh products. You know anything about Any Yu-Gi-Oh products. Samius, you're supposed to know about all the products. I don't. This would be better for me right before I was able to swim away. Would be the ultimate troll. That's right, Ice Method. You take your cold damage and you die. It doesn't wanna, it doesn't wanna. Okay. Here we go. Nobody likes you, Ice Method. You're bad. No points for Gryffindor. Okay. That was an unnecessarily complicated fight. I do say so myself. What kind of jerk are you? Death Ward jerk? Nope. Hello. What? Where's my spell? You know, I don't ask for very much, but when I cast a spell, I do like to see it. Something. Whatever it's gonna do. Whether I'm gonna blow it up because it's bad, something. I just would like to know what is going on with it. Boom boom. Boom boom. I feel like there should be much more in the way of, like, pushing guys. Completely immune, huh? What this? Go away. No. I don't think I've ever froze anything with this. This icy prison, I don't think I've ever managed to make it land on anything.
What up?
Hey, what's up, man? Nice.
Going to the biggest birthday stuff. Buying stuff online. Little shang.
That's nice.
Get gift cards, stuff to Yang.
Nice. Yeah, it's too bad we couldn't get to work on any of that stuff yesterday. But yeah, I didn't get home until whenever time I texted you last night. Flung around, whatever. It's fine. So hey, what are you up to?
Not much.
Other than some shoppings. Wanna be your famous? Buy followers, primes, and views on Solana.com. Something like that.
Just looking for my Sam on YouTube.
Should be live. Might even be live on Facebook today too, actually. Don't know. I reinitiated it because it acted like it was gonna run. So don't know if I'm actually sure. Yeah. If they don't die, this is so slow.
Spies in the house. Poor thing.
I like Spies in the House. You don't like Spies in the House?
Hate it. Can't never do the jumps correctly. Get stuck on that stupid electrical floor.
Alright. Let's ice storm all these things.
What are you playing? An ice wizard or stork or something?
Yeah, I'm on an ice stork. It's
I like the ice stork actually, but
not very good against undead.
No, not at all. At least you get some bludgeoning damage from the fire, ice storm, wherever you go.
Yeah, I got an ice storm to do some stuff. We've got.
I like the Nyax Clover. It works pretty good, but stuff gets a save, which kind of sucks.
Can we get these guys together?
I like Snowball Storm. I think it's pretty good now.
Yeah?
Yeah. On my one of my hardcore lives, I had a bunch of Snowball Storm wands, so that could actually get pretty. You'll just spam that sucker with your spell point real low. I was thinking about doing a Pure Fighter Horizon Walker, see how that would work with a bow.
If you can stand the attack speed and the attack style, probably be fine.
The attack speed's not bad. I thought they fixed it. It's supposed to be just as good as the other stuff, attack speed wise.
I would disagree. I feel like it is not just as good. I feel like it is slower. I feel like what happens is you have smaller chunks all the time and a bigger boom every once in a while. So like...
Yeah, someone on YouTube or something did like the test, like the weapons test, and it's like 21% speed. I don't know, it was something that was like, this is comparable or something, I don't know.
There's a lot of... I mean, when you look at the raw numbers, and do all the maths, it's probably correct that it's probably the same or better or whatever, or close.
Is it just like when we're in like undead form, that one form where it looks like you're not moving very fast, but you are moving fast?
No,
like
it's not that at all. It's the fact that the game, it feels like you're doing like 7 damage, 700 damage. And it's because you're all crit based.
So that's what it is with the Horizon. It's more crit based than it is.
That's what I felt like it was like.
No, I haven't done it yet, so that's why.
Yeah, I felt like I feel like all of its damage really came from the crits, and it critted fine, like not amazing, but fine. But yeah.
BFK just for a second.
I feel like it needs something. Maybe it was me, chat. What do you guys think of the Horizon Walker bow builds? Sounds correct to you? Yeah. I mean, that's just the vibe I got from it, that it felt like it was all about the crits. Yeah, I was doing some 250,000 things, like, and I didn't have a lot in the way of gear and stuff set up, right? So, like, it felt fine in that regard, but...
So what level are you right now?
23.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Horizon Walker stuff is going to be really good for raids.
Okay.
Like, I guess the thing about it that made it slow to me, or felt slow to me, was like you want to put your mark on things, right? Like that's your power, that's your core to your character's existence, right? But you've got to like take the time to hit that button, so that slows you down before you can shoot a guy, and then if you want to activate any boost before you attack, then you also need to do another button hit. So now you're hitting like 2 buttons before you even attack to try to get your big number to fire off.
Oh, is it one of those where you have to like do like you can't pay attention to this, so you have to pay attention to that?
Yeah, kinda in my opinion.
Because this is how I fight when I use if I'm using like a range character. It might sound weird to you, but let's say it's me and you in a room and there's like 12 monsters. I don't just work on one monster and like knock its bar down. I knock one bar down about half and I move to the next guy, knock him out to about half, and I let you kind of like just 1 shot, 2 shot and finish him off. Instead of just me working on one guy and knock them all the way down. I feel like I like to wound somebody, paralyze somebody, freeze somebody, move on to the next guy while you do that. The next, you know what I mean? That makes sense?
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea, but I didn't know that.
So that's how I kind of play. Because I'm always hitting my auto target. So if I'm on my auto target and someone else moves in like range, I'll switch to the next guy. So it's kind of like that. Like I wound a bunch of people, or I'll do a bunch of stuff, and then I'll move on to the next guy. If I'm in my static group, that's why I do my static group. I let everybody else kind of like, you know, get the aggro, and I'll just like pummeling them about half down low, half the hit points or melt lower, and I move on to the next guy. And then my other guys just come by and like 1 or 2 shot and then clean those guys up.
Yeah, sorry about that, everybody. I had not a work thing, kind of a work thing. But yeah, I think you're best to just try to like clear as many mobs as you can, typically. Unless you're looking for something in particular to help somebody with. I wouldn't even know exactly what that would be. Kind of odd. So they adjusted the floor damage a little bit in here, by the way, if you're curious. Beef's theory has been that they've always had the epic and the heroic like backwards, and then someone finally just figured it out.
I look at it like this. I could say me and you were walking down the street, and also like 4 or 5 guys wanted to fight us. Instead of me and you beat up on one guy, I'll go crack a dude in his knee, I'll crack a dude in his neck, I'll go crack a dude in his knee, and you aim to wound them all, and they all of a sudden now they'll start to realize, hey, maybe might want to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's around limping around, hurt and wounded. Instead of me just pummeling on one dude for 10 minutes while I'm getting hit inside the head by everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to wound everybody.
I mean, I get that. But, if you can remove an attacker from the fight, like for the remainder of that fight, right? You just like, the sooner you remove each fighter from that fight, because most people are not going to fight to the death either, right?
Also, if I go punch one dude right in his throat, he's on the ground holding his throat, like crying on the ground. I'm not worried about him anymore.
Right.
Because if I paralyze somebody, I'll move on to somebody else, or I'll freeze somebody, I'll move on to the next guy. He's frozen, he's okay, you can go, someone else get their extra crits from there.
There's a difference between, there's a difference if you're like crowd controlled, right? Like there's reasons that maybe you're going to spread around. Like Beef had that cleric bow build that was like holding arrows and stuff, like
paralyzed arrows, yeah.
Yeah, like there's reasons to move that around, right? But most of the time, in a video game like Dungeons and Dragons, specifically, or a video game where the monsters are going to fight to the death, which I personally don't feel to be particularly like compelling. I don't feel that most people are going to be like that. Most people are going to fight until they, you know, they either feel like they did their job to the point where they can be done, or, you know, like if you go and beat up a guard, right? The guard eventually is going to be like, I'm done, whatever, that's not worth. You know? I feel like...
It's like if you fight a monster, like I don't know.
I feel like we kill
maybe
monsters.
Maybe we should make the freezing or like the knockdowns longer than like 1 second.
Some of them do last quite a while. Basic logic is remove one mob, you also remove one source of incoming damage. Correct. But if you're like, again, if your job is not to if your job is more of like a crowd control thing and you're wiggling around, it makes a little bit more sense, you know.
At my SAD group last night, I was sitting there running. I said, "Hold on, let me fascinate everybody." They're like, "What?" I said, "Let me fascinate them. I'm pure bard, right? I'm going to fascinate the whole room." And the stupid girl that we play with, like, she starts shooting different ones. I'm like, "What are you doing? They're all fascinated. We can walk right by them. We don't have to fight any of these people. We just keep going." You know, that's what we were saying about that ability.
Yeah, I mean, some people don't think of everything like that. It's okay, I guess, right?
Was DDO even at Gen Con this year?
I don't think so.
I can't believe that. I had a buddy who went, and he said they weren't there. I said, "You sure?" He goes, "Dude, they weren't there."
They don't.
Like,
They
that's
don't
bullshit.
go every. They don't go every year.
It's a video game convention. What the hell do you mean you'll go every year?
It's Gen
Tell
Con.
me you're not going to music conventions. Like, oh, no, I'm not going to the. Sorry, not going to the awards for it. Hell no, I have to go to everything.
Yeah, it's like
Well, there's 100 kids showed up, want to play DDO and meet the people, and like they don't show up. Maybe you lost 100 people are never gonna play your game again because you know you take it. I mean, it's like you can't send one person, somebody.
I mean,
Someone who really.
in the past, Turbine / SSG, like, would let Jerry go and do stuff, but most of the time when they were there with DDO, they were piggybacking on other D&D related content, which is the same thing like how some of the other video games were there too, like what's the other, Neverwinter, right? Neverwinter was there one year, and they were part of the Wizards of the Coast booth, right? But they've never been since, and they didn't go before that I know of, right? But they were there that one year that Wizards of the Coast was paying for them to go. So, like, DDO has been a couple of times, but not like a million times. You know what I mean? But they would send Jerry, like, as an unofficial person, or like Jerry was going anyhow, so they like sent him with stuff to do things. You know, like, that's the kind of presence that they've had for a long time. Now, that being said, they go to, what is it, PAX East every year, which is a video game convention. It is, like, in their city also. That's the other thing that makes a difference. Turbine SSG has never in any of the years that I've played had any marketing budget include sending reps to events. So they sent people to events in the past a couple of times. I know because I've gone to those events where there have been people there, but it's not a million, right? It's not like they're sending the whole staff or whatever. They might send 2 people, or you might have 2 people going. I don't disagree. I'm not agreeing. I'm not disagreeing.
Let's went to a guitar thing.
I just think that
every guitar maker on the planet was there.
I think it costs a lot of money to advertise to certain things, and that they prioritized in other places. Again, I don't necessarily agree, but I feel like if this is the audience you're trying to grow, maybe you want to be around there.
Yeah. Like I said, I went to a guitar convention thing, and every guitar maker on the planet was there. You know, everybody. It's like, that's what it's for. This is a video game convention. This is a video game.
Well, again, Gen Con has video games. It's not a video game convention.
Well, you know what I'm saying. That's a big thing. I mean,
yeah,
there's Gen Con in San Diego for comic books.
Right. Well, and again, like...
I would be there, too. I would get a booth there, too.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I just think some of that stuff costs more money than we realize.
Pretty sure you can find a lot of people that play this game that would say, "Hey, man, just get me in it, give me a badge, just give me a little bit of merchandise, I'll do it." I'm sure there's plenty of people that do it, so they can't say it costs.
Yeah, I think, again...
I would do it.
Some of that stuff costs things, but they did that for a long time. Like I said, when people would go, they would do stuff, and like they would assist Jerry or whatever, and I don't know. I have the feeling that we're trying to think of a game as a succeeding game as opposed to a game that's like 2 steps away from being put in, what do they call it, maintenance mode?
I don't know.
I think that's the realization that I've been coming to more and more the last few weeks. because I feel like the
not
game
gonna last much longer.
I feel like the game is 2 steps away from maintenance mode.
The team they go.
Oh, yeah. No, are you asking about this? The hat? Oh, there's my other hat. Even sweet. Yeah, I have my giant robot right here. That's what you're talking about. My wife got it for me for Christmas one year, because I was really excited about programming robots and stuff, because I was helping Tobrel do some like teaching kids or helping kids with their programming classes after school and whatever, and my son was really excited, so we got that for Christmas because I thought, oh yeah, we're gonna do this and blah 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 blah. And my son hated it, and then Chris decided he wasn't going to do it anymore, and then I was just like, alright, well, I'm done too. But yeah, I also have the Iron Man. I have the Iron Man up there. We also have, like I said, the big robot that's holding the hat. Alright, is everyone ready for voices? Alright, 1, 2, 3 XP. So yeah, I don't know. I try not to speak from anything that I don't know about from SSG/Turbine. But I feel like they could do some stuff. I feel like they've made a little bit of a stride when they try to do this preview thing.
So they do this show every week, and they have all these people streaming. And like, imagine if everybody showed up. Imagine if like Voodoo and you and me and blah 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 showed up there, like, and also you're like, search around this place, like, there's no, like, what? No, what? But you got Final Fantasy there, and you got World of Warcraft there, blah blah blah. It's like, okay, you got your people you're playing against, like, show up these places with massive amounts of people, and you're not there.
Yeah, again,
that's weird to me, dude.
It is weird, and again, I think it has more to...
I expect them not to be at the Major League Baseball winter meetings. I expect them not to have a booth there. I get it. But, you know, there's people playing Dungeons & Dragons all over this convention all weekend long. In convention centers, convention rooms, places, and you play a game called Dungeons & Dragons.
Yeah,
Does that not make sense, logical sense?
I think we want the game to continue to succeed, so we feel like it's in a stronger position or whatever, or more favorable or whatever, where it probably just doesn't make sense to spend that kind of money. And as much as it shames, brings me sadness, but it probably is the case. It's probably just not good enough. How you guys feel about Keep on the Borderlands? I haven't done that in a long time.
I haven't done that either in a long time.
Oh, hey.
Oh, he's have to log in now, huh?
Wonder when this guy clicked the LFM. Now I feel really shitty. I didn't even see this guy hit the LFM panel. Why can I not spell border?
E-O-R-D-E-R.
No excuses not to spend money on it. Hardcore would have made a nice little egg. Yeah, I feel like...
During the hardcore season, is that in the other?
I feel like if you could...
I'm logging in here in just a second.
If you could convince them to spend the money in that way, I think it would be fine. But again, I think the difference is that this is a game that they're really... Yeah, they're putting out these mini expansions or whatever. But again, we are not that far away from the game being down.
Like down, like when? Like forever down?
Yeah, probably.
Really?
I feel like we're... Like, I don't think they're going to increase... They're not going to move the engine. They're not going to do stuff. This is my other theory. Are you guys ready to put on your big conspiracy hats? we'll get on the tirade.
Was this one here that Trump and Biden are going to run together for president next time? I've heard. That's the one I've heard so far.
No. This would be a D&D DDO related
okay.
thing. No. So, basically, several websites have been found in the last couple of weeks that Wizards started grabbing for D&D Next. And they've said that this is part of the new Dungeons and Dragons edition coming out. So it's going to be like basically the 6th edition's Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I heard all that different stuff.
But I think they are doing a good job of like cross-platform advertising in a way that we haven't seen some other companies do lately. Specifically, Wizards of the Coast is doing this with like their Magic the Gathering stuff. So for those of you who don't know, Magic the Gathering's getting a movie, a cartoon show. They released a bunch of new sets that involved like some of the other properties or some of the other properties around their properties. So like
Lazy D&D is getting a promotion. Nice.
what?
I said lazy D&D people are getting a boost. That's great.
Okay. Anyway,
This kid was messing with me.
so I guess I just don't even understand completely. But yeah, so people basically, this new edition's coming out, and I think they understand that this is not where I parked my car. Yeah, it is. But I think they realized that having something coming together is the way to go. And they wanted to have that with Magic, with that other game that they put out that didn't last very long, didn't do very well, because they trusted Cryptic to do it. And we all know Cryptic is bad at things. But,
27?
no. 25 would be the highest right now.
Guess I'll be 24.
I think maybe 20. Yeah, I think 24. 24 is
So
fine.
I thought in Epics it didn't really matter as long as you're in Epics.
You still have a limit on Reaper requests.
Oh, it's Reaper. That's why. Okay, I'm just thinking just general.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
still a thing.
Okay.
If they're going to spend money, the place to do mini expansion would be killing it with an update engine handling the expansions. So, again, let me carry on with my crazy theory here, right? So, at the same time that some of this stuff has been found, but we know that there's been some stuff kind of happening in the background that we can kind of see ramifications of. For example, they've hired a bunch of new staff at SSG, like a bunch with the Daybreak purchase, right, which has happened at the start of the year. Bunch of money is coming into SSG to get some stuff going. It kind of feels like there's another project on its way. They've hired a bunch of stuff, and now they're looking for a new producer even. So, like, it feels like maybe they've got a new project on the pipe. So maybe, just maybe, and part of the reason they know what's going on is that they're working on what would be like a D&D 2 or whatever their next project that's allowed to be able to be made under this new Dungeons and Dragons idea, to try to have all this stuff come out together or near the same time because again, they've learned this lesson, right, that the cooperation or whatever works well. Maybe they're working on a secret project. They've had secret projects before, but it seems pretty cray.
I'm on the ship. I'm heading to the harbor to the place.
Alright, I'm in the treasury.
Is that one of the quests?
Yeah. So that first one that I always do. Treasure hunt, right? Yeah, treasure hunt. Alright, Brian Goldberg was a good pickup for Hasbro. He's pushing Wizards of the Coast to better market. Yeah, I think part of that's like just part of it, right? Is just some of the marketing's doing weird things, but also at the same time, I look at my shop, and like my tournament turnouts are like really bad, and then I talk to some of the other shops, and they're even worse. And then I talk to some shops, and they're like, yeah, it doesn't even bother us. Like, it's totally fine. And I really don't understand how how all these things can be true at the same time. Like, and I accidentally made my boss very upset with me last week. Because I was like, by the way, the pre-release is, like, right around the corner again. He's like, what? We just had it. I'm like, yeah, it's right here. It's like, we don't get times without pre-releases anymore. It's like all hype all the time because everything's stale so quick.
Yeah. Send me treasure hunt because I completed it already.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yep. Remember when Turbine made that horrible Infinite Crisis game? Well, that was just it. It was part of a secret project from their new masters.
Well, the reason I was making a joke about the lazy D&D players getting a bunch of stuff, because when we played D&D back in the day, we had a group of 20. 10 of them decided to go to Magic because they didn't have to carry books anymore, and it was a lot easier to play, and blah, blah, blah. But it's not D&D. It's nothing like what D&D is. So a bunch of our group kind of like, they never went back. They just played Magic. That's all they play. So kind of like what I say. Like, great.
You know, I heard... I've heard...
So that's why I call it the lazy players here.
I've heard other people tell me that story before, but I have never witnessed it myself. But I've heard other people say, "Oh yeah, it sucks when your group falls apart or whatever because of because of Magic." And I'm like, I've never had that happen before. But that's like,
that's my treasure.
Like, do you blame the Nintendo when everybody switches to Sega because it's just better, or?
For us, it just never affected us that way. But we also play video games like that too. So it was time to play, video games. That's kind of like where it ended up.
Yeah, but it flopped in 3 months. Well, I mean, again, I don't think they would have picked that project if it wasn't for their secret bosses, right? Or their new bosses. So I'm curious. I don't know that much about Daybreak. Does Daybreak not invest in companies that are currently making new games? I thought that's... Or do they often invest in companies that aren't doing anything? So, like, I suspect they probably have some sort of project in the works. Whether it's in fact going to be DDO2 and co-assign with things, I don't know. But it'd be pretty nice if it would be. All of Daybreak's properties are old. Ian Global, on the other hand, is active project. Okay. That guy hit hard. Also, I was not paying attention to what I was doing.
I gotcha.
No, it's okay. I'll walk over to this shrine. Oh, Ian Global just bought Daybreak. I don't know. Again, I could just be seeing conspiracies where there are none. Wishful thinking. But I have a really hard time right this minute where, like, some of the things just kind of make sense in certain ways. Like, I keep saying, why do they need all this super fast funding out of nowhere? Like, why do they need X amount of money to do thing? Oh, well, that's why. Because they're hiring another developer. They're putting in this, or they're doing that. Like, it would make a lot more sense to me that they would do this stuff if they're working on a secret project. Secrets. Or it would at least make me feel better about a future here. Like I said, I don't think they've pulled it off its deathbed. I think they're trying to put a band-aid on it, which I am grateful. I enjoy the game. I'm glad that they've kept the servers on. But I feel like there's a... I should probably kill these things too. Alright.
Both robots, right on, I can heal you.
Been playing since 2009. I'd be really sad to see this game go down. Me too. I've been playing for... I missed the very first year the game came out. My account is literally 1 week too new to be a founder. Like, I've been playing this game a long time. But the problems with the game are real, and if they don't address those problems, then there's not going to be a future for the game, no matter how good it is. Which it is. It's good. It's really good. Time is a fickle mistress. That's just it. Everything has its time and place, right? Everything fades eventually. Alright, the Bugbear Bandits. This one. That is not the button I meant to push. Well, and again, I don't necessarily think that they'll totally just shut everything down forever and ever. Like, I just think that it'll chill, it'll turn into, like, what's another game that's basically in maintenance mode? That's all it is. It'll be there. Maybe you'll get the occasional content update, but it'll be down to a skeleton of what it was. That's not the button I wanted to push. Are you okay? Be love.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just texting. Sorry. Okay.
That's fine. We're just making sure that you're fine. Some games have morphed into a chapter 2, like Path of Exile. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that they could do it, and that is kind of my, like, far out conspiracy theory. Right? Is that's what's happening? Is that they're working on some sort of secret project that could be DDO2 that coincides with D&D
I gotta
next.
go help Cam with some stuff. Don't want to log out today.
Alright, are you off running errands and whatnot?
Well, I gotta go do a bunch of stuff. So.
I was gonna say, you can always send those earrings.
Oh yeah, I gotta do that. I'm just behind on all this stuff. I'll do that before I leave.
Yeah, it sounds much appreciative. I was gonna try to talk to you about that sometime before you took off.
Oh, that's fine.
Alright, but I'll talk to you later.
Yep.
Alright, you have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. V love, everybody. Man too busy for his own good. the shrine. We need a key. I think so, right? What was this? Hello? We'll just hit it for a minute. In my opinion, this game is all like an apartment with a backed up toilet. The rest is good to great, but there's only so much air freshener you can spray while trying to ignore the massive problem you have. I think that's not unfair, right? Like, alright, we just leave now? We pulled the 2 doors, right? Okay, he's freeing the slaves. And again, if they could upgrade the graphics, right? Get it to running on a slightly more future-able graphic engine, right? Smooth out the lag a little bit in some places where it's really struggling. And there are certainly places that are worse than others. Right? Like, I'm certainly not saying that there's no chance that things could come together. In fact, I'm trying to say, again, the opposite, that I think that things could come together in a really cool way. You could have another D&D. But I don't think so. I think that that's me being way too hopeful. As opposed to looking at the evidence that's here. And the evidence that here is they know that it's a sinking ship and they're trying to ride it as long as they can. So enjoy it while you got it. Yeah, unfortunately, the fact that they have like 7 breakables in there that you can't break is kind of annoying. Like, I would love to be able to something. Kaboom! Quest over. Really wish I could get the ransack bonus by breaking. Well, quest over. It's okay. For the laundry list of things, it's not a big deal. Yeah, it's probably fine. It's been a little tough in some places, but it's not that bad. Alright, so I'm going to try to lock down the special here. It's the runner that runs, right? Not the lookout. Mother truck. Oh, we got the runner here, though. That's nice. Alright, runner's dead. Which is really all I was trying to do. Recalibrating the layers after so many addition may help too. Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like they're certainly not at a place that they're not acting like they're not trying to do more, except the one area that we know for a fact that has to be fixed to change the game enough that it'll be playable for another 15 years is that it has to have the graphics updated. They know this. It's the biggest obstacle to this game. Again, I don't know if it was Tobrel or Beef, but somebody summed it up absolutely perfectly. As soon as I have to buy specialized software or hardware to play this game, I won't be playing this game anymore. I didn't kill all the rats. I mean, I detoured to not have to kill the rats. The ones that followed me, I still had to kill, or followed whoever. What do you mean by specialized? I mean, like, right now you have a lot of people who spend lots of money to play, like, on a CRTV, right? That's just not a thing that's available. Pretty soon you're going to need to buy a new regular monitor, and everything's going to be in like 4K or whatever the next thing is going to be. You're not going to be able to get just like a regular HD monitor soon. Like, we're at that point where we're almost there. And again, if it looked good on 4K, voices. If 4K looked good, in higher quality video settings, did I not pick up the key? Alright, I must have not picked up the key. I guess I didn't pick up the key over here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I'm not trying to question the lag. I do believe that the lag also needs to be fixed. I believe that they are working on that to the best of their ability. Right, Rain? Like, they're working on it. I can't... Like, there's always going to be something, but they can work on that. And they're working on it. But they're not working on the fact that you can't... Like, there's a cap at a certain point in the next probably 5 years. You're not going to be able to buy a monitor to play the game on without spending extra money. Right? Like right now, if you're a vintage player and you want a CRTV, you're spending an awful lot of money to get that CRTV, right? To have that vintage game experience. In the life of a MMO, we are entering vintage game experience land. Maybe that's the way to sum it up. What'd you do? That would go for every TV or monitor in your household anyway. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're reaching that point in time where everything is like that. Like, in your lifetime, did you ever buy like a 740 or whatever it was monitor? You get big old CR TV. Hell, you know what I have over here? I have a flat screen 14-inch monitor right over there. Hasn't been plugged into anything in at least 6 years. Even if you have some of that stuff, you don't keep it around. Whew. It's 1:30. I would love for that to be what happens, Rain. If they're just secretly working on a whole new engine to be able to port Lord of the Rings and Diablo into, or Lord of the Rings and DDO into right now, like, that would be amazing. Now, if they're like part of the reason that we have to make these Epic Destiny changes because they're not going to fit in the new system going forward, like, okay, now the comments of, oh, it's not going to make sense going forward, kind of makes a little bit more sense too, right? Like, yeah, we have to do this Epic Destiny work because it's the only way it's going to port into the new system. You're like, oh. Fine. Well, again, I don't think it's a matter of like making the argument for it. I think it's a matter of getting the funding for it. Why are you so hard to heal? Like, you're literally not even getting the full value from the heal scroll. No, I don't have any Wander Scroll Master right now. Alright, we got the iron key. That's all we need, right? We just need the iron key. Now we can go back the way we came. I always screw this one up. Try to go like the longest way possible. That person has 25 amp. Who? What? Did I get the wrong key? Did I not pick up the key? Yeah, but you're still at the point where you're trying to convince people to spend what they don't have. Alright, hang on. What's going on? Where's this stupid room with the key? I'm having a heart attack. Did I just forget how this whole quest works? I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb. My head is certainly bothering me more and more in the last half an hour. That is also very true. Alright. Well, I tell you, if you're... They're looking for people. They're looking for producers. Oh, yeah, okay. I guess I thought this room was the... Am I picking the wrong door? Man, I'm like the worst. Alright, here we go. For whatever reason, I thought I already picked up that stupid key, I guess. Many players... Hang on.
The door swings open on well-oiled hinges.
Yeah, I mean... Again, you have to deal with two things simultaneously when it comes to DDO. You have to keep the lights on and keep the thing going, which means content typically, and you need to get the lag down. Right? They're working on it. Everyone's working on it, right? And then at the same time, you've got to start future-proofing. Whether you can get new people to come back, I think it's going to have everything to do with how it looks. I really do. I think when we look at this game, we see the game for the character development, the play, the blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? But when people go and look at this game, they see the lag and they see what it looks like. And I've spent a little bit of time in, oh, thank you. Spent a little bit of time in Final Fantasy 14 recently. Right? Not a lot, a little bit. And I'm serious. It's just aggravating to, I got all message laggled again. Oh, sorry. This message is not. It is important, but it's not the same level as important as I thought it was. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna stop complaining about DDO, and instead we're just gonna love on it for a while. Oh, I was talking about Final Fantasy 14. Looking good. Gives you some things right out of the box that would be really nice. Somebody had a fit the other day that you got a sprint boost just for existing over there. Everybody gets a sprint boost? But it's also pretty old, right? But look at the difference though. That is not a game that's ready to slow down, right? It's also on a pretty future-proof engine. They're updating those graphics constantly. So it's 11 years old. Pretty significant period of time, I guess. I've played DDO, Warframe, Battlefield 5, Fortnite, Escape from Tarvo, Left 4 Dead, etc. And you probably keep coming back to DDO because the things that make DDO great are great in spite of the fact that they have these problems. You still play them all? Oh yeah, no, I tend to have active games and then games that I occasionally revisit. Did we get the heal off before the last points of damage? What is our PK? 63, that's not very high. This should be totally within our... Well, it's the newest content. Nah, not the newest, but close to the newest. No, the other thing is, I don't know when exactly, but probably sooner than later, Remington and I are going to break down and probably get Diablo 2 the remake, and that'll be fun to kind of dive into something like that for a little bit. Yeah, I honestly couldn't get into Path of Exile. Well, that's just it. I think there's a few people who have also kind of expressed some interest, like Beef, Distributed, a couple other people. So, like, we might even take a break off of DDO for, like, a little bit extra time even, and, like, play through Diablo or something. And the nice thing about Diablo is that we know how long it's going to be, right? It's a known quantity. It's not like we're going to move into that game accidentally for 7 months or whatever. Right? That's a game that we're going to play through in, 2 weeks, a month. If we missed one at the end, we'll go back and do it when I finish my little circle.
You can see no guards ahead, blocking the entrance to their camp. Just as you brace yourself for a fight, another knoll calls out.
I guess I should update this too, by the way, which we are in Violent Delights. I haven't updated this in like forever, so God knows when it'll actually happen. Cordovan said the new hardcore would be mid-December. Yeah, I heard a thing, and then I listened to him on DDO Cast, and he was like, "What? Who said that?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I guess I did say that." But if you listen to the DDO Cast, what I can tell you is they 100% are not ready. Right? They haven't even started on it. On certain things. Right? They haven't even started. So... Alright, so I convinced all these guys. Do I even have to do anything? Can we just leave? Alright, we still need to go over this way and get the bones and stuff. What did I not talk to? Do I gotta go talk to Boom Boom first? Maybe? Yeah, maybe. You've been doing Path of Exile every 3 months with a 3-day break in between? Really? Yeah, I just, I guess I didn't care for it that much. Oh no, I guess I also don't prefer that style of gameplay. I think Diablo kind of gets a special pass because it's Diablo. Yeah, I like the... I'm looking forward to hardcore again, but mostly because I don't know. I feel like game is always exciting on the hardcore. I never feel... I mean, unless I don't have anything scheduled to do, right? Like, most of the time I feel pretty good about getting things done on the hardcore. I have a little side game planned for the viewers based on random builds they'll have to handle in creating and making them last as long as they can. I'm just... All I think I'm going to do this next hardcore is run people up. I'm going to do my best to run people to the 5,000 favor. I'm going to try to do it like a couple of times. And if I can really do it the way I want to get like a couple of my characters on the same board, like together in a row or whatever, so I can say something on the board. Does it not defeat the existence of hardcore? What, having somebody go with you? Like, have somebody to help you? Like, I expect everyone to continue to play. Like, you're not going to be able to pike. Like, everybody helps. It's just... I will be leading a group of people through. I mean, if somebody needs to take 10 minutes to pike something, you know, outside of the quest, where they're getting a coffee or whatever, I don't care. But when you're inside the quest, you're helping. And again, the idea would be that I would take several groups up, right? So, spoiler alert, I may or may not have reached out to Jerry to see if he would be interested as example, somebody who has never made it. And I'd like to help them get there. We have a couple other people who've never made the 5,000 favor mark. And that... I'll probably do a couple of runs to 5,000 favor, and then I'll maybe do like the 10 Reaper points, if it's interesting. You'd be surprised, actually. Most people in my groups don't tend to pike. They tend to get to work, so... Yeah, see, like, same thing. If, and since I'm only going for, like, the 5,000 favor on most of the characters or whatever, it's not like I'm looking to put everybody on the board, right? I don't need every single experience point or every single favor. Which means certain quests that are just problematic, annoying, or I just don't like, I don't have to deal with. Okay. Stabbity, 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 stab. They said 28 had tokens for TR hearts for each R. Yeah, I don't know, I think most people would put me in the reasonable player category most of the time. I may not be in anybody's like current like top 10 Reaper list or whatever, but I think most people would be down to come with me to the hardcore server. I feel like my track record is reasonable at getting to places.
Unseen voices moaning from the shadows of this chamber. Take us with you. Do you want to take the shinies?
No, not really. I mean, if you're... Depending on the situation, you may or may not be a person that gets your 5,000 favor before or after you become epic, right? I typically get it before becoming epic, so it's really not that big of a deal. Well, I mean, yes, it's difficult in the same sense that all the hardcores are, but this will be the, what, 5th one, right? I've been through them a couple of times. I typically do pretty well, I think. I think most people would agree that I do okay on the hardcore. I've never not made the list. The only reason I've been so poor on the list in the past is because I didn't care to get any higher. Now there's a cap to that. There's some quests that I don't know very well. And we'll be doing a hardcore server practice life soon, where we'll be stopping at different levels and practicing certain quests for hardcore. And that'll probably be sometime in the end of November. Same time that we like pick a build too. Oh, I agree. But I will also say that it doesn't take a whole lot of time with a little bit of game knowledge to get you in a spot where like financials are not a problem. Right? Like, to be really honest, I might just make a character that does nothing but farm, like farms, explore zones. Like, I've pearled a bloodstone and I think a ring of spell storing every hardcore season. Right? Just because I end up taking the... Alright, we've got to kill these other things first. Alright. Bring him over here where the ice storm's at, would you? It's gonna be slow going for me to kill these guys. to everything, right? Just this damage. Oh, it does do damage to everything. Alright, never mind. Come here. Oh, I didn't realize you were almost dead. I don't know if the team on hardcore, they either die too much and I have to keep waiting for them to catch up. Yeah, so I like having a team of like a couple for sure. And then I don't mind having a... Alright, we just gotta take a second here and make some wiggle room happen. Yeah, this Infernal guy is kicking my butt. Alright, we got the Infernal one down. But I like having at least a couple people that you work with and coordinate your builds with. And then the rest of the time, I don't mind after that. Like, if people need to... Hi, I'm actually in total chaos. I don't know what the LFM says. Then we're going to do Cage, Beast, and then we'll see what's left after that. Also welcome. Unfortunately, you're probably not going to make it to this one because the bad guys already started running. Yeah, I don't think I can kill him either. I could if I could catch him, I guess, but... He's like a freaking ninja, this one. Yeah. So this one's done, right? Quest complete. Yeah, quest complete. Yeah, we missed. Sorry, unfortunately that one is not going to be gettable. Well, that's Mythic and Reaper Boost, so that's kind of cool. It's on a Devotion Renaissance thing. So I guess there's an opportunity that gets used. 2 people block the hidden door, you can't escape. Sure. I mean, that would have been nice, but I'm not that worried about it. I guess at the end of the day, that's long and the short of it, right? Not that worried about it. If he was 100,000 experience points, I'd be more worried about it. But
Judging from the old bones scattered on the floor, something large and dangerous has witnessed her for some time.
alarm, alarm. Okay. I really am tempted to do some major gear overhauls, but I don't think I want to spend resources this life doing it. I just feel like I'm not necessarily giving this a fair shake by not taking the time to move over things. So, like, for example, this stick is set up for intelligence, not charisma. Right? Which doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but it's like quite a bit of intelligence and no charisma. So, like, our DC spellcasting is certainly certainly taken a hit by not having those raid filigree in there, for example. For the right element. Hey, what's up, baby? You're off to get some sleep? Alright, well, have a good night, my friend. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. Appreciate you as always. I'm probably going to take lunch break here pretty soon, too, so... I don't know about everybody else, but I enjoy a good lunch break. It's a Flameborn even? Nice, okay. Can we get a crit? A Vorpal? We did. By the way, right as the guy died. Nice of him. Yeah, it's pretty good when the build works, doesn't it? This guy in. Looks like it. Oh shit, did we not pull a lever somewhere? Barely remember a lever. I looted a chest instead. If you had knife blades on your head, you would sharpen them, right? Like, why wouldn't you have your hair sharp, right? Alright, you said I missed one. I feel like there's always one that I miss, but I don't... Oh, yeah, okay. The ice caves? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. I did miss that one with the ice caves and the other thing. Oh my goodness. Up! Just let me up. Yeah, this person knew a better way to get there than me for sure.
These must be the caves of chaos, where the cultists and their monster allies have made their base.
Yeah, I always, for whatever, since this one doesn't show up on that map, I always forget about it, I guess. I should run way up here. It's fine. This shouldn't take very long. Not all the knife blades. You wouldn't want a chance tendinitis. I feel like I would definitely sharpen my knife blades. My head knife blades. Be like some weirdness. I hate monsters that are immune to your element damage. I understand it. It makes sense to me. And by hate it, I don't mean that I think it's a bad mechanic. I just think that it's aggravating. Which is what it's for. It's to be aggravating. So you don't... It makes it more difficult to specialize in one element and just be fine always. Which is, I think, good, but at the same time, it's still aggravating. Stupid ice method. Probably a service in common Warforged communities like a barber. Be interesting to know, I guess. Probably true. Alright, you at least come with me. Really? It's got something. What is this? Chaos Slammer Hello. Chaos Hammer Slow. Is it because I'm a paladin? I'm so nobles. Off, it's fine. Chaos Hammer Hose. Whole new meaning to the Thundercats. Thundercats. Hose. That was your nickname in high school or college, was Thundercats the Hoe? Hodercats? It's about to be your nickname again. Beef changes his Twitch name to Hodercats. Hodercats. Alright, dorks. It's lunchtime. So we'll be back a little bit later. We'll probably resume stuff. Let's see, I'll be level 24, so God knows what exactly will be going on. Could be anything. Wait, today's Wednesday, right? There's not raids on Wednesday. Yeah, no. We'll be doing this tonight, I think. Or maybe some board game action with people, if that seems to come together. Or God knows what. But I do plan on coming back here and playing some more Dungeons and Dragons Online sometime this evening. I would like to cap Samius out in the next day or two. Shouldn't be that hard. And again, we might play on Sunday. Or not Sunday, on Saturday. We'll see. Alright, as always, if you happen to be on the Solona server and you want to see what I'm doing or want to do what I'm doing, don't be afraid to send me a tell. Always like having viewers hanging out with us today. Any of these any good? No? Okay. It's fine. Alright, everybody. Peace. Much love. One last reward. Impressive trophy. Yay. Better than a kick in the teeth, I guess. Okay. I'll bail out of here. I think we're going to go ahead and take this level. Do that before we go. Get rid of this letter. Ooh, did we get a decision? Kinda. Up charisma. Alright, we get a feat. We get a feat. Embolden. We want to do spell DCs. Intensify is probably the spell. Not really an alignment caster. Cold Ray, Snowbuck Storms, and Nyax Biting. Is this any good? This isn't very good, right? Not bad. We're about ready to wrap up the stream this afternoon. But, not too bad. Trying to decide between Intensify and, like, Master of Water or something. Cold Ray. So our level 2 Cold Ray... are Snowball Storm, and Biting Cold. What's better, chat? Master of Water or Intensify? I feel like it's probably Intensify. Alright, guess this will work. Intensify! Alright, I think that's good. Alright, everybody. So tonight, like I said, assuming we play Dungeons and Dragons, we'll be on probably around 6:30, 7 o'clock. And, be rocking more of this. If something else happens, you guys will be able to find out just by following us over at twitch.tv/SamusGrobo or on youtube.com/SamusGrobo. I think this may or may not have went out to my YouTube channel even, or my Facebook. Yeah, it does look like it did. So, you can even follow over on my Facebook if you're a Facebook person at SamusGrobo. Alright, everybody. Peace, much love. We'll see you guys in a few hours. And you guys have a wonderful day. Who are we going to get the raid button to? Voodoo, Strim Tom. Is Newton's. Yeah, you're going. We'll just throw it to Newton's. Alright, everybody. Peace, much love. We'll see you guys in a few hours. Toots, Magoots. 4, 3. God, it's such a long raid time. Alright, everybody. Toodles.